if you are planning to travel, be ready to work.
Have you heard that?
Hey,
be ready to work. You are not going to get to UK, US, and be seeing dollar on the floor.
Be ready to work.
You have to.
Be ready to work. I hardly get 4 hours sleep. Yeah. There's a lot of opportunities, but it takes a lot of hard work. Dollars are not picked on the streets. I'm coming from Canada, and I can tell you a lot of people are going through depressions in Canada at the moment. And this applies to UK, US. Of course, you know what is happening globally, and leaders are trying to tighten up so they can make life a little more comfortable for their own citizens.
Before the Japa syndrome, I've always had this belief that there is no place like home. I don't know about any other person. I'm a Nigerian. I love Nigeria. But while growing up, I always told myself, I'm not going to leave my country. I'll just go there for vacation, travel around the world if I need to, and then come back to Nigeria, because Nigeria is home to me. Nigeria is a place I want to be at all times.
For me, I'm a bit confused. I'm very confused. I don't know, should I japa or should I just keep striving and still keep hustling in Nigeria, praying and believing that it will get better?
I cannot travel abroad because I need to take revenge.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Revenge.
Revenge?
Why
Who do you want to take revenge on?
Myself. I need to get vengeance for myself, but then I need to take revenge on the criminal justice system of this country.
Okay.
Exactly. When the Germany thing now clicked, I told my mother I'm not going anywhere. I don't know if you. I tell my uncle that I'm not going anywhere. This is where I would die. This is where I would die.
Okay, sorry. I would like to interject on that, okay? Okay, that's fine. You know, sometimes we're allowed to make personal choices based on the information that are available to us at the time. My dear sister and daughter, I'm old enough to be your dad. You know that, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Your reasons, or your reason particularly for not wanting to step out even if you have the opportunity, primarily you tagged it as vengeance, revenge rather. Oh, but that's fine. Trust me. This enclave called Nigeria, you have to be standing on a very strong platform. A very strong platform to be able to stay alive, to fight the cause.
Let's leave the surface level, and it's more about purpose, right? Like, you're not just going there for going sake. You need to have a purpose of, okay, what am I going there to do?
I've been there for 2 years. The cost of my study for 2 years is nearly 50 million naira.
Wow.
Yes.
That's mad.
Don't ask me how I am able to pay it. You may not know if I am on loan that I'm still paying now. But that's the reality. Study, tech, science, STEM, building, construction, health. Here. Finish, get a job, do a job for 1 year. You can leave this country as a permanent resident.
Okay.
In that case, you are given all your documents. What you need to struggle about is your ticket. I'm married, proudly married, comfortably married, happy with my family. But the process of my integration there is harder than young people who are single before they move out of it.
Something about if you're not in a committed relationship,
Yes.
and you're about to go,
Don't get into any committed
don't get
relationship
into
here.
it. So, and then you said, okay, when you get there, if you see someone there that is a citizen, I presume that's
Yes.
what you meant, and you guys, you know,
You get along,
and you feel that that's the best option.
settle down.
Settle down. But the reason you are doing that is not because you love the person.
No, you have to be in love. Oh.
You are exactly because you missed that.
No, you
So-
have to be in love. Oh. If you marry because of paper go fit here tomorrow.
Okay.
They-
I just
they-
wanted
they
to
married you.
clear
Yeah.
that out so that people.
Good afternoon, everyone. You are welcome to Now That You Are Here, a podcast where youths come to air their views about different topics and different beliefs of Christianity. Today, with us, we have in the person of Mr. Roland Amaruo, who just came back from abroad. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, great to
Welcome
be
back
here.
into
Thank
the
you.
country. First, what did you bring, sir?
Sorry?
What did you bring?
Oh, I brought myself.
And after bringing yourself, what did you bring?
Every other thing that is possible.
Anyway, your kids have told me already. So after this thing, we'll meet.
Nice.
All right.
Awesome.
Welcome, like she has rightly said, to another beautiful episode. Before we start, we're all going to introduce ourselves, except for our special guest. So starting with my brother over there.
Okay, so my name is Stephen Nelson.
I'm Wanya Kamsiochuku.
Hi, my name is Olatunde Eniola.
And I remain myself, Fumilola.
I remain Esther Chinemerem.
Okay. Now, the topic we are looking at today is one that's for the youths. Even the elderly ones are also in that zone of this topic. It is the JAPA syndrome. The JAPA syndrome. Japaing. Is it what it really is? And thankfully, I have a special guest who has been overseas for a long time. He has lived there. He has studied there. So we want to know what it's all about. Should we go into it or should we not go into it? Personally, for me, I'm a bit confused. I'm very confused. I don't know, should I japa or should I just keep striving and still keep hustling in Nigeria, praying and believing that it will get better? In my head, I'm thinking, if I'm able to, gather the funds to travel, I would leave. And then on the other hand, I'm looking at, if my business blows up in the country, will I still leave? So I'm dangling. My thoughts are not in the right place for me. So for every other person here, are we on the same page or some of us just want to move?
I don't think I want to go anywhere. I'm a very comfortable person. I like Nigeria. I like the weather. I like everything about it besides the state of the country now, but I do like everything. So I don't think I would want to jackpot. I just think I would want to go for holidays, go for probably maybe overnight, just travel and just stay there a day or two, come back and continue my work and life here.
The rich man lifestyle.
Exactly.
2 weeks, 1 month,
Yeah.
back to the country.
I think let's leave the surface level and it's more about purpose, right? Like you're not just going there for going sake. You need to have a purpose of, okay, what am I going there to do? If you feel that the reason you're going there for is a proper reason, then good and fine, you can go. As long as you're not just going there to...
Is there a proper reason?
Proper reason?
Honestly, is there a proper reason?
Proper reason.
Because looking
okay.
at my friends that have left, they are not where
I think
they used to be when they were in the country. I'm sure that most of them, if they were still in the country till now, they probably would not have been able to do the things they've done already, living the good life. So it's
if
they've done things.
okay, so
They've done things.
if your reason for going there is because my friends went there and made it, that's not going to carry you very far if you are going abroad.
Personally, I feel like it all has to do with a plan. Yeah, so I'm not against the fact that, okay, because of the situation of the country, like economic, problems, trying to acquire a job as a young youth. So I'm not against the fact that you are seeking for greener pastures. But then a problem comes in when you don't have the right plan, or you don't make the right plan, rather. So it's more of a case of, I'm a youth, I want to jackpot, to get a job. But do you have connections? When you get there, are you going to be washing toilets? Is your life, how do I put it? Where you are at right now in Nigeria, let me give an example. Let me say you are a managing director, a young managing director, like in tech business you get, and then you are seeking for greener pastures in terms that the country is not favoring what you are giving out. So are you going there to continue managing directing? Or are you going there to start washing floors? So it's more of a matter of, am I planning well? Do I have the funds to get me there? And when I get there, who will help me? So you don't just go and assume that when I get there, everything will be fine.
Okay. Before the Japa syndrome, I've always had this belief that there is no place like home. I don't know about any other person. I'm a Nigerian. I love Nigeria. But while growing up, I always told myself, I'm not going to leave my country. I'll just go there for vacation, travel around the world if I need to, and then come back to Nigeria because Nigeria is home to me. Nigeria is a place I want to be at all times. But looking at the recent trend in Nigeria, due to bad government, corruption, that is what brought about this Japa syndrome. Everybody wants to, leave the country because you don't know what will happen to you. Imagine being a youth, unarmed, being harassed by the so-called people who are meant to protect you. You don't feel safe in your home country anymore. A lot of things happening. Is it the educational system? Everything is crumbling. So you are just in a fix. So you find out that a lot of people will rather go over there and start from the scratch than stay here and be a first-class citizen in Nigeria. I told myself I will I will travel out to do my master's and then come back and, stay in Nigeria. But over the years, I've just had to rethink. Like last year, I know I gathered my resources to leave, but then something pulled me back again. I had to stay. I should have left a long time ago, but my international passport has expired. I am just unwilling to renew. So a lot of things are the factors to this Japa syndrome. I won't blame people who want to go there, who are leaving the country, because a lot of things are at stake. You don't know if you will have your life here in Nigeria. I mean, working and one day it's a stray bullet or one thing or the other. So Japa syndrome, yes, no, it all depends on what you want as a person.
You've gathered your resources and then something pulled you back.
I decided against it. I gave myself a timeline. Let's just put it that way. If I'm looking at, okay, I need to get this and that before.
Okay,
so
but we all know that this Japa thing is not really about, you want to just Japa for Japa's sake. The major reason, or two major reasons, is one, the economic situation of the country, two, the insecurities. Those are the two major reasons. Every other person might have another reason to move on, all of that. But we are in that time that it's now, the country is very, very hard. And if you look at those that have gone, it seems like that's like the best decision to make. Seems like it's the best, because regardless of the position you are in the country, in Nigeria, once you leave a year or two, they're already doing fine. I know somebody who did not have a car before he left Nigeria. 4 months into, he bought a very nice car, a new car. What he started with or what she started with, I don't know. But she's living very, very, very fine. Now, it looks like the easiest way. Sir, you've been there. Is it the best option, or should we keep pushing?
I've heard your views, though we've not gone into comprehensive details of why you are all against Japa.
We are not against.
I'm not against
Okay, so
it
you are
in any way.
analyzing. Some people say they love Nigeria. That's invariably saying, I don't want to Japa. No, I'm not referring to you. Generally speaking, that's what I'm saying. So this discussion is about your views about Japa.
Exactly.
Some people say, I love Nigeria. I don't think I want to go. Even if I want to go, it's just for a holiday, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And some other people are saying the economic situations and insecurity,
yes.
Should that be enough reason to leave and not want to come back, right?
Yes.
Okay. Like you all said, I just came into the country 2 days ago. I've been away for nearly 2 years now.
Yes.
Before I left, if I knew what I know now, maybe I would have made the decision, or maybe I would have not. I'm still in between the two lines.
Okay.
But economically speaking, security-wise, yes, I made the right decision. Again, for a very advanced person like me in age, I do ×2 what young people like you would have done, because I have dual responsibilities.
Yeah.
Okay. The other part of it, for those of us who are not considering it, I'm not here to say go. Neither am I here to say don't go. The opportunities are there, but it takes a lot of hard work to unveil them. There's a lot of opportunities, but it takes a lot of hard work. Dollars are not picked on the streets,
Exactly.
but it's there.
But is
But
it
you have
as
to work
hard
for
as
it.
been here?
Oh no, it's not as hard as being here, because this is a place where all you are aiming for, or you projected for, or you are projecting for, you can say, okay, this is when I'm going to achieve it. For example, if you have a job, a steady job, and you already know what you're going to be paid. If you're going to be paid bi-weekly, you know by the second week of that, from the time you start to the next 2 weeks, this is coming in. No stories. So, economically speaking, it is a little more viable there than here. Although, generally speaking, the whole world is going through a lot of economic pressure. Going abroad now is not as easy as it used to be. I'm coming from Canada, and I can tell you a lot of people are going through depressions in Canada at the moment. And this applies to UK, US. Of course, you know what is happening globally, and leaders are trying to tighten up so they can make life a little more comfortable for their own citizens. So for now, my answer to that is yes, economically speaking, it is viable to go. Yes, it is safer to live there. Yes, living conditions are far better. And for you people younger, the opportunities there are larger than you can imagine. I can tell you that for free.
With everything you said, you've agreed that Japa is good.
It's beautiful.
It's
Compared to
beautiful.
what is happening here, it's beautiful.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
But it's not a child's play.
It's not a child's play.
Yes.
But you have agreed that we should Japa, we should leave.
Oh, if you have the opportunity, please explore it. Trust me, if you have the opportunity to move, and you have the determination to move, and you have the passion to work, please move.
What about those that still want to stay in Nigeria?
Oh, excellent. The thing is, plan your life. Plan your life. And then get ready to face whatever comes with it. Here or there, you have to plan. But for those who want to stay back, trust me, if you plan well, the government also has a part to play, because sometimes I've been around for close to 5 decades now. So I've been around and I've been expecting things to get better. Okay, till the time I left 2 years ago, it didn't look like the song we sang when we were in primary school, that we are the future leaders of Nigeria. So we are yet to be there. The old leaders are still the ones leading. Trust me, I say this without any sense of trying to fix words. Young people, if you have the opportunity to step out of this country, as far as you are ready to work, please do.
We've said that the living is not easy. So what is that route? What is the way around it? Because now to go to UK, you need minimum 20 million naira. If you are going through the route of schooling, you need 20 million naira minimum. Your flights, your school fees, and all of that. And we are in a country where your annual income itself is not up to 1.2. That's if you are earning lesser than 100,000, and a lot of youth are earning lesser than that. The ones that are earning very good money, who are doing 8 to 5, are probably earning between 150, 250, 300. Still good money, but it's still not enough to gather in a year to say, yes, you are living. What's the best route to go, and how easy is it going to be to raise funds for those that are willing to, leave the country?
Okay, so I actually don't want to make these discussions to be centered on me. It's a privilege that I am coming with first-hand experience, right?
Yes,
Yes, so it may likely be more of me telling you what is realistic and what is not.
Yeah.
My son is writing JAMB, right? He wrote the first one, but he's retaking it this Friday. The initial plan was to quickly take them out. Although I haven't cancelled that entirely. But for him who is writing JAMB, I want him to study here.
Why?
Exactly why.
Why?
So now, this is it. Traveling abroad can be a little more easier than the problem or the stress of having to gather funds. Let me tell you why. If you finish,
please say it again. Traveling,
okay, so traveling out
yes,
after you finish your first degree and getting a job that is in a specific field of areas that your labor is needed. For example, Canada, where I live. Your travel becomes easy. Trust me, I'll repeat that again. If you study tech, science, STEM, building, construction, health, here, finish, get a job, do a job for 1 year, you can leave this country as a permanent resident.
okay,
In that case, you are given all your documents. What you need to struggle about is your ticket. You get into a pool, and if you are selected as one of those with the professions or the jobs, in demand jobs, it's easier for you to. I have a friend who called me recently and is working on his son traveling. And I told him, I said, okay, hold on, let me come back. I want to talk to your son. And I want to tell you the reality. I've been there for 2 years. The cost of my study for 2 years is nearly 50 million naira.
wow.
Yes.
That's mad.
Don't ask me how I am able to pay it.
That's mad.
You may not know if I am on loan that I'm still paying now. But that's the reality. Mine may be a little strenuous because I have dual responsibilities. As a young man or a young lady, if you travel there through school route, if you are able to gather the fund, which is the problem, well, again, trust me, old wine can get sweeter than new wine. Where I've been working for nearly 2 years that I went there, they don't want to let me go. You know why?
Right.
The resilience, the determination to succeed, the level of integrity. The Proverbs 22:29, if you see a man that is diligent in his business, he is sought after. King wants to dine with him.
Yeah.
So let me not deviate. And like I said, I don't want to make this topic entirely mine. Take this from me. If you are a young graduate, and you can do your research, find in-demand jobs in Canada, particularly where I'm coming from, that's where I'll talk about.
Yeah.
Do the job for one, get an employment. I know it's difficult to get an employment in Nigeria, but it's still very possible. It depends on what you graduated with, how good you are, and your work ethics. People will recommend you. I know people still recommend people here. So get a job, do that job for 1 year, enter Express Pool. You will live here as a PR holder. Trust me, if you get there with whatever you are doing, you might not still be integrated into the system immediately. But the cost of studying to be integrated will be far less than what you would have paid if you moved here as a student abroad. The fees that I paid now to do 2 years program, permanent resident holders probably paid 20% out of the 50 million that I paid.
Wow.
to get the same cost, to get the same education that I got. Do you see why I'm saying if you can fix things up here and go there as a PR holder after you have an in-demand job experience here, it's a lot more easier.
Looking at the country you're coming from, what's the most sought after job?
Very simple. Right now, there's a lot of demand for healthcare jobs. Like, they call it their PSW, Public Support Worker. That's in demand. STEM, science, technical, and all the rest of them, they're part of it. Building and construction, very important. Agriculture, very important. These are the basic ones. Other ones are there. If you Google, well, for now, a lot of pressure on this head, so I've not even had time to say, okay, because I wasn't expecting that I was going to be part of this podcast.
Yes,
Maybe I would have done a little more to tell you in details the courses or the in-demand jobs that you should look at and get here. So that you can have
we
a
want
smooth-
it to be as raw as possible. That's why
Oh,
we
yeah,
have to
sure.
snatch you.
That's fine.
That's why I had to snatch you. It seems like I'm the only one who has questions to ask.
No,
Apart
go
from
ahead.
Kamsi, who said she's not going to Japa, or she's except for just leisure.
Please feel free to ask your questions. Feel free to give me your reasons for not wanting to, and I will be glad to let you know things to weigh and things to consider. Then
Okay.
it's your choice to make if you want to leave or not. Go
I
ahead.
think my major reason is I'm going to be very plumb and plain. Revenge. I cannot travel abroad because I need to take revenge.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Revenge.
Revenge?
Why
Who do you want to take revenge on?
myself? I need to get vengeance for myself, but then I need to take revenge on the criminal justice system of this country.
Okay.
Exactly. That is why I cannot travel abroad. In 2023, January 9th, to be precise, I and my mom were robbed in our house in the night from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Robbed, assaulted, everything in between. We went to the police station, we dragged this thing with the police. At a point, they were saying me. I was 16 at that point. At that time, they said I brought the people who came to my house to rob us because I was not fazed, I was not crying, I was not shaking when they mentioned. I was just like, we got to the police station, I kept singing, I kept laughing, and they almost interrogated me. If not for grandma and my aunts that were like, oh, she's not up to the age of being interrogated without a supervisor or an adult supervision, yes, they would have interrogated me and made me to admit to something that I did not do. And one of the police officers, one of the days we went there, was like, oh, I'm pretty sure now you want to japa, you want to leave the country, you would want to go because of this now. I told him, no, lie, I'm coming for you. That's what I do. I told him, I said, I'm coming for you. I don't know your name, I don't know your badge number, I really don't care, but I'm coming for you. That's one of the major reasons why I stayed. Before I entered school, I was supposed to go to Germany, do a program in English and German, and then go ahead to study law. My mom did my international passport, everything. So that one was going, they were processing that one, then they were processing me also studying in Nigeria because I took JAM 2022. So that one was going, this one was going. So it was if this one clicks, forget this JAM that you wrote. If you get the admission, Germany, that's the end. But then that incident now happened. And when the Germany thing now clicked, I told my mother, I'm not going anywhere. I don't know if I tell my uncle that I'm not going anywhere. This is where I would die. This is where I would die.
Okay, sorry. I would like to interject on that,
Revenge
okay?
at its peak.
Okay, that's fine. You know, sometimes we're allowed to make personal choices based on the information that are available to us
Yeah.
at the time. My dear sister and daughter, I'm old enough to be your dad. You know that, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Your reasons or your reason particularly for not wanting to step out even if you have the opportunity, primarily you tagged it as revenge rather. Oh, but that's fine. Trust me. This enclave called Nigeria, you have to be standing on a very strong platform. A very strong platform to be able to stay alive to fight the cause. The reason is because, trust me, you may be a special breed. But a lot of people who are taking this route within this cycle, their voices has been silenced. And some of them, their life has been
Lost. Yeah.
my little view about your intentions or what you are reasons for not wanting to leave, even if you have the opportunity, is first, you have a family that you come from.
Exactly.
You have a life. The best way to fight, there's a proverb that says, he that fights to run lives to fight again. Right?
Yeah.
It is good you've made your decision, but if I want to advise, your voice can be stronger when you are speaking from an environment. I don't want to give this man as an instance. Nnamdi Kanu was making a lot of noise while he was outside. You may call it noise, you may call it reality. I'm from the Igbo part of the country, and there's a lot of imagination, but that's not where we're going to now. He was able to speak very authoritatively. Whether what he said were legal or not, that's not what I'm going into.
Yeah.
But he couldn't do that here
Of course.
because he will not be allowed to do that here.
Exactly.
So for you who wants to, or as a matter of truth, courageously you told the police, I'm coming for you. Trust me, we have a failed system, failed judicial system, failed, every system is plunging down
Yes.
the dungeon.
Yeah.
May God give you enough energy
Amen.
and strength
Amen.
to fight your cause.
Amen.
But I know your parents wants you to stay alive
Yes.
so that they can see their dreams and their aspirations for you come to maturity, and they want to see you stay alive to be who you sincerely desire to be.
They will see me stay alive. There's also the part of building a network that comes into these things. I have started building my network from here. In school currently, I am currently close to one of our criminal law lecturers who has footings abroad, and these are the kind of things he too is trying to tackle. So there are things that we discuss, there are ideas we change. So it's just about building your network. Find people that share the same idea with you and have the footing that you are looking for already.
Okay.
These people already have those footings in different places. So find them, make them your strongholds, then build your own too, and together finished. Fine, I know the justice system of Nigeria is messed up. Even myself as a law student, it is dealing with me. Because every time it's, you're studying law in a lawless country. I already know that. I heard a lot. But then, in the little way that we are doing this thing, changes are happening. It's just that they are not changes that we can't see yet.
Okay, so
Exactly.
let us not deviate entirely from this discussion. The major thing is
Japa, not
the
Japa.
economic and the security
Yeah.
aspect of it.
Yes.
Your personal views, very excellent. So for us not to deviate entirely, because I would like to shed a little more light
Yes.
on what this JAPA is about before we now talk about what are the advantages and disadvantages. So more questions if you would like to.
So let's just go into those ones. The advantage, disadvantage. You know, like she rightly said in the beginning, that some people will leave as an executive in probably in the banking world or in whatever sector they find themselves, and by the time they get over there, they have to do menial jobs.
Okay, so let me come in quickly. The truth is this: if you are an executive director here and you leave this country to get to abroad, trust me, you may not be an executive director there. Kill that. Straight up. You have to start from somewhere. Believe me sincerely, because the bills start hitting you the very day you step into that country. And nobody will enroll you into an executive position when you don't have inland work experience. Whatever we have here, it counts to an extent. But for you to be integrated, it's almost impossible to live here as an executive. I know them. I am privileged to be working in a place where Africans come. So it's like they are coming to meet their own person. So I know them. I know bankers, senior bankers. The highest any of them could get was being part of an insurance team, not as a director, not as a manager. Before you become a manager in any of these countries, you must have passed through their educational system. They must train you to their standards. So if you are of the opinion or views that you're not going there to do menial jobs, then you must have saved enough to sustain you for the number of years or months it will take you to be trained by that country where you're going to, and then you will still need to climb the ladder through the process. There's no magic.
So would you say that if a managing director, were to, manage, earn more, then work out connections there so that when they get there, things will be easy for them. They will have people there. Would you say you should go for it?
Well, the truth is this, a managing director here, it depends on what you are earning. If you have gotten to the position of a managing director here, trust me, if you want to go to abroad, then don't go to abroad as a student. Don't go to abroad to start seeking for what to do. If you are able to get a job here, it might not be in the same position that you are here, but yes, you can get something that when you get there, you can start from a particular platform, not as high as you are here. Although that platform, as low as it is, will still earn you more than what you are being paid here as an executive director. That's for sure.
So you're saying planning is what we need?
You cannot move without planning.
Okay. Right plan.
You have to plan. And then, like he said, if you have contacts, please activate them. Make sure they work, because, yes.
Sure.
Because the people there who are planning with you or promising you, very few of them are privileged to be in positions where they can be able to make do their plans or their promises. Yes.
Okay, so the advantage and disadvantages now.
Okay, the advantage, let me start with the advantage of traveling out.
Yeah.
For you young people, number one, many of you are yet to be in relationships. Let me presume, and I want to advise, sincerely speaking, if you are not in any relationship for now, and you are planning, you have the passion to travel abroad, don't get committed into any relationship. I can beat my chest to tell you that. If you are planning to travel out now, if your plan to travel out is at the front burner of your life and your plans now, if you are not in any strong or serious relationship, don't continue and don't get into one. Let me say expressly my reasons for doing that. When you get to abroad as a student or whatever category you get there, you will need to get the papers. UK has changed their laws. Before you get UK citizen now, you have to be there for 10 years. Canada laws started changing from 2023 that I got in there. Before, it was like, get admission, get there, the next thing will be your family will be shipped over. Policies started changing. I'm married, proudly married, comfortably married, happy with my family. But the process of my integration there is harder than young people who are single before they move out of this country. This is one way I can tell you, if you get there and you are able to find a good relationship of someone who has papers, we don't need to paint this thing. Your reason for going to abroad, number one, is to get the papers. Because when you get the papers, you will have the opportunity to choose. Okay, I want this job, I can. But if you don't have papers, trust me, you go wash floor. You will clean toilet. You will do legitimate things that, humanly speaking, you may not be. Few days ago, I was with someone and we were talking. I laughed and I shook my head. He said, what is it? I said, I'm laughing because the things we pay house helps to do for us in our homes, for some of us who are a little bit advanced and matured and who've been running homes, are the things we do abroad to survive. And then you ask the question, Is it worth it, or is it really worth it? And my response is yes. Because every transformation has a process. And most times those processes are not going to be convenient. Trust me. There is no transformation that is coming that will not shake you to the roots. If it comes like a wind, check where it's coming from. Let me give an instance. I left here, but you remember before I left here, I committed a number of months of my life to this project.
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
And it was intentional. I didn't know what I was going to face there. But the greatest testimony of my life out there is traced to what I did here, particularly here, before I left. Because each time I kept reminding God, as a matter of truth, I'm done with my 2 years program, and I came out with first class.
Well done, sir.
Yes. It wasn't easy because this is after leaving school for 28 years. The last 28 years, that's the last time I went to classroom. So that I went into the classroom with people of your age, 19, 20, 20. So one day we were discussing, and one of them, I asked, I said, how old are you? She said 19. I laughed. He said, Mr. Roland, how old are you? I said, I'm about 50. He said, that's the age of my father. I said, yes, I know. But, so, the advantage is there. In fact, the advantages are more higher than the disadvantage. The disadvantage is a process which you have to make up your mind to go through. Trust me, there is no disadvantage compared to the problems here that you can compare to that of abroad. No. If you are able to, the advantages are 1,000,000 times more.
Okay, now we are Christian youths. Yeah? What if it's in a place where you are hearing don't go?
Okay, so whoever that is telling you don't go.
It's not whoever. Let's say you get a direct instruction from God.
From God?
Yes.
Don't go.
Don't
You
go.
don't have to disobey that instruction.
And then if it's a
It's
place,
very simple.
You know, we are, as Christians, we are to tell God every of our plans, what we intend to do, and all of that. If we do not put it first, let's just say now we are hearing, let's travel, it's a very good decision, let's leave and all of that. But still with the mindset that we are still coming back. We are not leaving finally. Just like you've gone, you are back, you'll still be going, but then you are not forsaking the country.
No, absolutely not.
Yes. So, but what if we do not put it to God first and we just do the whole thing and we go?
Okay, so basically as Christians, I don't expect us, we are speaking from a Christian platform.
Yes.
I do not expect us that we make a decision without consulting God. Yes, because how do you pray about it? Or we don't pray about it anymore? How do you commit it into God's hand? Or you don't need to commit that? So that of God's approval must be gotten. You have to secure it. And then you start from there.
Fantastic. Fantastic. We are at the point where everything is very clear right now. Even if you have your revenge, you want to have revenge, you still need to have
Get a good
solid platform.
You have
a
solid and secured platform. A solid and secured platform. You know why this is very important? There's a lot of power in economy. As determined as you are, the next person who has given you every assurance that I will fight with you through this process can be bought over in 1 minute. It is you that is very sure of yourself. Trust me. The next person, that person that has assured you that we go fight this fight, die, can be bought. Beep. And that will be the end of your life, because that person will be the one to set you up, but God forbid. So whatever it is we are doing, let's also commit it to God. Vengeance belongs to Him. I have been messed up by the security system of this country. And I used to say it, and I warned everybody in my family. I said, if I hear that anybody in this family attempts to be part of any police team, that I will personally curse you. Because I was unjustly molested. I've left it behind me. I've forged ahead with a lot of good things that life holds. So please, the dreams are good, but let's channel it proper. and let's be prayerful about whatever plans we have. But finally, if it is getting timed up, traveling abroad is very good. But plan your life. Plan your life, and don't be selective in what you need to do legitimately to survive. Don't. If you don't want to get frustrated, a lot of people are going through depression there. Yes.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
I think I picked something when you spoke last time. You said something about if you're not in a committed relationship,
Yes.
and you're about to go,
Don't get into any committed
don't get
relationship
into
here.
it. So, and then you said, okay, when you get there, if you see someone there that is a citizen, I presume that's
Yes.
what you meant, and you guys,
You get along.
and you feel that that's the best option.
Settle down.
Settle down. But the reason you are doing that is not because you love the person.
No, you have to be in love. Oh.
You are exactly because you missed that.
No, you
So-
have to be in love. Oh. If you marry because of paper go fit here tomorrow.
Okay, I just wanted
the
to
marriage go
clear
here.
that out so that people won't
No,
misunderstand.
if the
what you
relation,
meant.
as much as you are here looking for relationship, there you can equally find relationship. But this time around, you find relationship with purpose. With purpose.
Okay, so are you saying that if I meet if someone meets a person over there that is not a citizen that's also struggling to get their papers
You need
and
to-
they fall in love, they shouldn't go for it?
Control the love. Oh. I'm being honest with you. Control
Oh my
the love. If, sincerely speaking, you want to live abroad and you are not into any relationship, you have made up your mind that, hey, you want to operate from that part of the world.
Okay.
You may bring the changes here, but if you have made up your mind that you want to effect changes here, but from there, you have to get things right. I'm not saying you cannot get your papers without marrying a citizen or a paper holder. You can, but the process may be a little longer or might be shorter.
Love the person, Sha.
If you are in a good relationship, be in a good relationship.
Okay.
Beautiful things can come out of it. I hope I didn't take the show.
No.
It wasn't meant to be.
No,
No,
you've
like you're
said
actually
everything.
talking. Like,
I'm sure every one of us here has picked one or two things that we are going to hold on to. We don't have anything to say at this point. We've urged you, and I'm sure that many of us and those that will be watching would make use of what we've heard today. And if it's Japa, you go for it. And even if you do not have that strong will to say you want to leave, make sure you build your connection. You have a strong platform, and to have that strong platform, you still need to, step out of the country. There's this post I saw on X where somebody said, "I would not die in Yanopaja." He saw a beautiful picture of another place, and he just wants to go there. Either it's for your survival or not, it is best that we still leave the country, even if for a day or two or more, to experience. Yes.
It's very important. And to cap this discussion, please, if you are planning to travel, be ready to work.
Have you heard that?
Hey,
be ready
to work.
You are not going to get to UK,
No.
US, and be seeing dollar on the floor.
Be
No.
ready to work.
You have to.
Be ready to work. I hardly get 4 hours sleep. Yeah. Be ready to work. But you have a lot to show for it
Yeah.
by the time you get things right. Oh, there's a lot to show for it. There's a lot to show for it. I live abroad. I study abroad. I pay my bills there, and I pay my bills here. Do you understand? I'm not being sponsored. I'm not on any state sponsorship. Neither I'm on any individual sponsorship. If I'm owing anything part of my bills, it's not up to 10% of the entire bills that I paid to do my program. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How possible is that? I work hard. Of course, you people know that from here, I love work. Sometimes I come to this church and I stay from morning till 8 p.m. So if you don't have that resilience, that determination to work, please don't go anywhere. You'll be
right.
frustrated back.
All right.
Yeah, and it will be a shame.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you for, even though you didn't plan it on staying this long, but you still took out your time immediately we were told. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you. I will still come for those gifts you brought. I've not forgotten that.
It's my pleasure. When
so-
you come, I will engage you in some work.
All right. To all our guests also, we say thank you for being here. And we believe that when we call you again, you would answer us. So this is where we will end today, and we will see you again next time on another beautiful episode of Now That You Are Here. I'm sure we are going to have another fantastic topic that we'll be discussing on. And please, after this, please send in your comments, write what you think about this particular topic today, and we'll be ready to look at it. Thank you very much. Enjoy.